Hello, welcome back to the channel. Let's solve another challenge today. So that is from LeetCode 2270, number of ways to split array. So problem is given as following. You are given a zero-indexed integer array nums of length n. And nums array contains a valid split at index I if the following are true. The sum of the first I plus 1 elements is greater than or equal to the sum of the last elements. And there is at least one element to the right of I, that is I between 0 and n minus 1. We need to return the number of valid splits in nums array. So before we look at the example, we'll look at the example in the whiteboard. Let's look at the constraints. So the length of the nums array can range from 2 up to 10 power 5. And each element in the nums array, it can range from minus 10 power 5 to 10 power 5. So let's look at the whiteboard. So we are given this example 1 here. Nums array 10, 4, minus 8, and minus 7. And index 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we need to split this array into two such that left and right, and the sum of the left elements should be larger or greater or equal than the remaining the right elements, right? Let's say after we put this indices I, 0, 1, 2, 3, so that we need to get the sum of the left elements. Let's say if the I is equal to 0, the sum of the left elements, there is only one element, so that's 10. And right element, basically the sum of the remaining elements, which is 4, minus 8, and 7, and total is 3. So left element, sum of left elements, 10, is bigger than 3. So initially the count was 0. So we say we will increase this to 1. Then we go to I equal to 1. If I is equal to 1, then we add the elements up to 1. So which is 10 plus 4 is 14. And the sum of the right elements, minus 8 and 7. Minus 8 and 7 is just minus 1. And 14 is bigger than minus 1. So we increment this by 2. So we found two possible split in the array, so that sum of the left elements is bigger than or equal than the sum of the right elements, right? And we go to 2. If we go to 2, sum of the left elements, 10 plus 4 plus minus 8. 14 minus 8 is 6. And the right element is just 7. So we can see 6 smaller than 7. So we need to return the count as 2. So then we stop here, right? We need to stop because one of the condition in the problem definition is there is at least one element to the right of I. So we need to leave at least one element. We need to leave at least one element to the right split, right? So let's see how we're going to solve this. Let's look at the example, and during the example 2, we can also come up with the solution, right? So let's say example 2. We have this nums array. Again, it has 4 elements, 2 and 3, 1, and 0. We need to find initially what we do. We initialize the sum of the left elements to be 0 and sum of the right elements to be the sum of everything, right? Sum of all 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 0, it sums up to be 6. What we do, we now start iterating. I is equal to, when it's 0, so what we do, we add this element to left sum. Left sum is equal to 2, right? Then from the right sum was the total sum, which was 6. And we say right sum. From the right sum, we'll be subtracting that element, right? Which is the element at the zeroth index, right? So total 6, it will subtract, it's 4. So now we will see left sum is smaller than the right sum, right? Right sum is, left sum is 2, right sum is 4. So we do not increment this count. And when we go to the element number 1 index, and the left sum was 2, right? Now we add the element at at index 1. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Now right sum will be, it was 4, and we'll subtract. So we will subtract 3, right? 4 minus 3 is 1. So we can see 5 is bigger than 1. So we will increment this to 1. And when we go to the, right now we are done with this. Now then we're going to go to I is equal to 2. And here left sum will be, total was, it was 5 plus 1 is now 6. And the right sum will be 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, right? Basically 6 is bigger than 0, so we increment this to 2. So basically what we are doing, we are initially getting the total sum, and we are assigning that total sum to be the right sum, and we are iterating this nums array just once from the 0th element up to here, right? Because we want this right element to have at least one element in it. So we cannot iterate until the last element, but we can iterate up to the second last element, right? Then at the end, we're going to return this 2, right? This count array. I mean the count, which is 2. Number of valid splits. Okay, so now let's look at the code. We initialize left sum to be 0 and the right sum to be the total sum of all the elements. Now we initialize count to be 0. Then the n is the length of the nums array. Then we start iterating from the beginning of the array until the second last element of the array. And we add that element nums I to go to the left sum. Initially it was 0. Now we add the first element and the second element until the second last element. And once we add this element to the left sum, we need to subtract that element from the right sum. And then we compare if the left sum is greater or equal than the right sum, then we need to increment the count at the very end. So we need to return this count to be the number of possible splits of the array. So here we are going through this array just once, O of n, but we are also doing the sum, that's also O of n, basically O of 2n, but you know it scales as O of n. And space complexity is O of 1 because we are not storing anything here, right? So that's it for today. And yeah, please subscribe and like and share and comment the video. If you have any questions, you can also include in the comment. And thank you very much.